the wall, and then look what it did to the floor.
Okay, next stop, Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so these are the ones that I picked out.
Yeah, I don't mind that one actually now that I look at it, but that one looks brown. I don't know, I kind of like this row. You have this
kinda like
color
the-
already. So I picked it again. This one?
Yeah.
All right.
We decided to epoxy paint our floor. That's why we're here. Dave has been sanding our basement floor, and we have some superficial cracks. So we're just gonna fill those in, epoxy it over, and then use this specialty paint that allows for a breathable surface. We do all the home renovations in our place ourselves. We're getting ready to sell. And
Good learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Now that we've done it,
he's Mr. Handy. He knows how to do everything.
we've learned it all now.
I'm just a helper.
Now it's just about building skill and quality.
Yeah,
work.
getting better at it.
Getting better.
We know how to do like tiling and decking and drywall and lighting and oh my gosh, everything.
So realistically, it's not that you're any worse than the professionals. It's just when the professionals come in, they know the steps to take to get it done efficiently. So you're paying for them to come in, get the job done sometimes 1-2 days, where you're going to be at it for a week.
Right.
And that's fine. So if you have the time, do it yourself. You're going to save a ton of money.
Yeah. But we're not here to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
We're just going to show you what we do.
Sometimes you need skill set.
Yeah.
At least a basic skill set.
That's true.
Practice in the closet. That
Yeah.
would be my...
Seen some messy jobs in the day.
Start in the closet. You never drywalled before? Start in the closet. You've never put tape or mud on the walls? Start in the closet.
I'll show you a renovation video one day on what we did to our house. 'Cause
I would also
we
say-
gutted it from top to bottom. So we chose Repose Gray, which is this one. We rented this machine from Home Depot, which is about 45 minutes away from our house. And when we got it home, we realized that the sanding discs were actually not the kind for this concrete floor. The handle mechanism was also broken, so we called them. They said return it. They recognized that there was something wrong with it. They told us they would call us back within a week with a new one, and they never did. So we had to go somewhere else and rent a new one. This machine from somewhere else was actually a heck of a lot better. However, there was a slight learning curve to using one of these things, and we do wish that that sanding disc was a heck of a lot wider. Oh my God.
Like it tossed those things off, problem, shot one into the wall, and then look what it did to the floor. Like all I did was scrape the shit out of it.
Oh my God!
So I'm gonna try this a little bit more, and then I'm gonna take it back and be like, dude.
Are they in the right way? Oh, there's no other way for them to go.
And so this rubber collar wasn't down to the ground, so it just kicked dust up everywhere. So I had to rearrange this. Now I know why they taped it. Because it doesn't stick very well to itself here.
Oh, I heard the bang.
So, yeah.
They feel pretty secure in there.
What's that?
Oh no, they don't.
They come off real easy.
Oh yeah. So if they're not all the way pushed, maybe?
Yeah, no, I was gonna get a hammer and just give my plank, but
now it doesn't sit on the ground. Oh, look at my finger fell out. But that's not on the ground, so how do you make sure that the machine is on the ground, you know?
Oh, it's going.
fuck, if this thing keeps popping the circuit, I'm fucked. What do you mean, is it all on the bottom?
Like, I can see like a little bit of space.
Yeah, well,
Did you have this on too? Because it didn't seem like it was.
oh, see, and now the fucking thing fell off.
Huh.
Well, like, look at how it's scarring it's making it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, can I epoxy over that without the fucking Like, am I gonna feel that in the floor?
It's so dusty in here.
I know, I'm fucking grinding concrete, babe.
I know, but what, like, I don't think you had this on this time you were grinding.
It was on, it's just not working that good. Like, I have it on, and trust me, I'm not doing anything different than I didn't do last time, it's just this thing's a piece of shit. And like, I can't even phone them and be like, yeah, you know what, your fucking blades keep falling off. One fucking chunk and fell in the window. And I'm like, why are you scouring?
Because they're brand new, maybe?
Like, look how smooth that is compared to that. And like, will the epoxy fill this
Oh, God.
and make it all smooth?
There's a lot of floor that needs to be sanded here, and he only has this machine for one weekend. But after some time, he got the hang of it. What he didn't get the hang of, though, was the dust. The shop vac just was not sucking up the dust good enough, but later on, he ends up buying this weird little dust extractor that ended up working out great. See our couch in the background? It's from IKEA. Thank God those cushions and covers are washable.
If you don't notice when the hose pops off, I just wanted to show you what happens when you're not paying attention and the hose pops. And all that dust, it doesn't take long.
I think he was really eager to get into this project, and he neglected to take off the baseboards. And he recognized it right away. He figured he only had this machine for so long, so get as much done as you can and worry about the edges later. He did take off the baseboards, and he used a small handheld tool with a sander on it to just do all the edges and the corners. Now it's time to clean up that floor and address all the cracks that are left behind. This house was built in 1992, and when we bought it in 2020, we saw all these little cracks in the basement floor, but we noticed that the homeowner had painted it with maybe, I don't know, garage paint or basement floor paint. We didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but we think it's probably important to fill all these cracks with epoxy.
Sherwin-Williams 3500, the patch. They want you to cut a V-groove in about 1/4 inch wide and 1/2 inch deep. And that'll give the stuff enough to get in there and adhere. So I have to do that. If it's a hairline, who cares? Just put a little patch over it. But when it's deep like this, like these cracks, they want you to do this to it. And so this is where I started, grinding it out with this. But I have to do this way, then I have to do that way, and it makes a fucking shit pile of dirt. So that's why I bought that little guard. Okay. So that when I put the thing up like this to follow, it'll all get sucked in up. But I have to do that to all of these. And look at this. This is why I bought that other stuff, because, yeah. So that's pretty deep. That's too deep.
It's like 2 inches.
Yeah, well, 1, 2 and a bit. Yeah, so it most likely it probably cracks and I just can't get this all the way down. So when I open this up, my 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch deep, then I'll pour that other epoxy at the bottom of it. So when it hits the bottom of my channel, I know it's filled everything there.
This poly wall would have been great at the beginning of the job. After several consultations with his ChatGPT, which we call Sherlock, he found this amazing dust extractor. I can't remember what it's called. He got it on Amazon. This isn't sponsored or anything. This was just the best thing to suck up dust ever. Okay, this is the first part of the epoxy, just specifically for the cracks that we used. It was very messy, very sticky, very hard to manipulate, very hard to work, and very, very frustrating.
Make an epoxy. Oh, that's waxing epoxy until it's a uniform gray. Small batches. Well, that's not cool. Oh, there we go. See how it's running away on me? Muzzle. Fill her in there. On pieces of concrete that are cracked, it's going to fill it and fuse it. Now I didn't do this with the other cracks because they weren't as big. And then after I'm done once here, I'll go back through it again. Going down the crank. You know what?
What?
I could probably punch this shit into the cracks in the garage. Finger in the crack.
You just rough it up?
What's that?
Just rough it up?
Yeah, so that it has something to adhere to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to do that to all the cracks, and then I'll give them another skim coat. And then we let them dry, and then grind them down tomorrow. You know, the only shit part is I'm not going to see how this weathers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rented the Hilti because I have a cheap Mastercraft grinder. That's a plug-in. I also have, if you come with me, 3 DeWalt batteries at 5 amps for this. Which I also put this grinding wheel on. And all 3 batteries got me this far. And the first one wasn't charged yet, so I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be here forever. So I took the $100, rented the Hilti. This took me 3 batteries with the wall, and I had to feather some edges manually. I did this for 10 minutes with the Hilti, and yeah, it looked like that. But man, you can't even feel, it's dirty, but you can't feel the edges. Maybe a little tiny bit right there. Anyway, $125 to have it for 3 days. I mean, this is only gonna take, I don't know, an hour. And then that's the worst room. This little guy's probably not an hour. And that one will be easy. And then I'm gonna take the Resolfor 3500, whatever I got left, and patch up any little cracks and nicks and things, and that's it. And that wiggle is causing the wheel to not grind properly. So this, you know, it's just a cheap $50 Mastercraft grinder. Not meant for that.
Okay. I'm going to redo what I did already, but got my hearing protection. And then I put noise canceling headphones on.
After all that grinding and sanding and vacuuming and getting rid of all of that dust, the final step was to use this dry mop just to make sure there wasn't any residue of dust left on the floor before the epoxy finally goes down. You may have heard me say this before, and I will say it again, but he always puts things in his path. If it's time to clean up a room, he'll put the garbage bag in front of the doorway, so you gotta walk around it. It's ready. It's ready for epoxy, and I can't wait to have this project over. This has taken a really long time. I think we started in October and it's April. With the rentals going wrong, and because Dave had to work and just not finding time, and then it was winter and it was cold and the temperature down in the basement was chilly, and there was a lot of factors that went into this. So this was not an over the weekend kind of job.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes.
What?
3 minutes. Counting down.
No. Oh, it's in. Yeah, getting her in there. Just gonna put this on here, okay? All right. Here's my brush. Actually, I'll just go throw it in that thing. That should be enough to do like quite a bit. So what I was doing yesterday was rolling it. You have to push lots of, see how it's not rolling?
Yeah.
I'm just spreading the epoxy around. I didn't do that yesterday. So I think that's why I got all these bubbles. Because it wasn't proper. But I learned. And see how much farther it goes. And then I just take some of this, bring it over here. And pull it back and
And that's it. That's our final coat. We only did 2 coats, and it went on so much smoother the second time around, and it looks really great down there. We're really happy with how it turned out. Believe it or not, in our workshop area, just in this basement, all of the furniture for this entire basement is stuffed in there. And in our next video, we're going to show you how we pull all these rooms together and reorganize, redecorate, and get ready to sell our house.
all right.
You're in the door. Here's where you pivot. Yeah, you're doing it.
My wheel is